The first thing we're going to talk about is Mortal Kombat 2, which was announced a week ago.
It was announced a long time ago, but
second movie was coming out.
It was announced a while back. It was announced almost immediately after the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what I mean by announced is that they have actual, it's footage and they're ready to release it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the first one before we get into the second one. Yeah.
Have you seen the first one? I actually haven't seen it. I just didn't.
The only thing the main character was no character that's ever been in the game. He was the descendant of Scorpion, and like Liu Kang is usually the main character of the Mortal Kombat series, and he was not. He was a side character, which I don't understand. Even though we do know the story of Mortal Kombat, but the familiarity with some of the characters was there, but for them to deviate so far from the story, it did nothing for me.
I didn't watch the first movie. It just didn't interest me. It didn't look that good to me. I've heard bad things about it actually. But as far as the new movie that they're working on, when I saw Karl Urban, I was like, well, who is he playing? And then
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, when they said it was Johnny Cage, I was like, he's kind of old, isn't he? Like has he kind of like aged out of that part? Like I always imagine Johnny Cage like a young Van Damme, as far as like how he looks. You know what I'm saying? Like late 20s, early 30s Van Damme, not Karl Urban. It's got to be in his 50s, right?
Yeah,
he's got to be in his 50s. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look, I was zooming in. Look. You can even see the wrinkles in his hand. And look, I love Karl Urban. I think he's a great actor. I love seeing him in movies. I think I liked him ever since I saw him in Lord of the Rings. I liked him in the Riddick movies. Almost every movie I've seen him in, I've liked him. But I just, unless the story is going to be written to where he's like an aged action star who became a martial artist or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. I don't know. But I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. He just in our show before we talked about the art of casting and how it's kind of lost these days. And I know he's a big name, he's a big draw, so maybe that's part of the reason why they casted him. But I mean, he's too old. He doesn't look right for the part.
I mean, he's been right for. You're right. There's like all his movies up to this point, he's been right for, because I think he was the perfect Judge Dredd, and I still cast him a younger version of him for Batman. But
I don't see that. I've heard people say he should play that. I don't see that. I just don't see it.
I just still say Dredd because the way he
Dredd I can see, but for Batman, well, I don't get that. I don't see that one.
But I think he's still.
You're not the only one who said it. I've heard other people say that too.
Well, we'll see, man. I mean, I'll say this: like he was at least he'll be entertaining. Because, like I said, I've never seen a role that Karl Urban's in. And I'm like, man, this movie sucked. And Karl Urban was.
He was in a vampire movie I didn't really care for.
What was that movie?
Priest.
Legion. Or Priest, yeah. With Bellamy. What's his name? He played Vision.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't like that movie. I didn't think that was all that good. I mean, he's good, but I just didn't like the movie. Overall, it was like more flash than substance. Yeah. And Legion was a good movie, by the way.
It was a good movie. So, but we'll see. I like the guy who plays Jax. He was very good in that first movie.
He kind of reminds me of John Jones.
No,
like his look.
Not really. No.
Yeah. You don't think he looks like John Jones?
No. He looked like he looked like he should be selling ribs.
Who?
He looked like he should be selling ribs. Oh, this is my special. This is my special sauce.
All right. So what's the actor's name
Oh, for
that's playing him?
Jax.
No, yeah,
The first guy.
McCad Brooks. Michael J. White. Yeah, Michael White. He played in the, he played Michael. He played Jackson like it was like a little short, wasn't it?
Short. Yeah.
All right, so this is this guy.
He looks old.
McCad Brooks.
But he's only 44. So.
Huh? Oh, thank
40.
you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, so there's.
Like Silver Beaches.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They didn't have peacocks.
That's not what I was talking about, but I am fine with that. Thank you, Uncle Dave.
No, they didn't have peacock rolls.
Yeah, they had they're on, well, it doesn't matter. Thank you. But if you look at, all right, so this is what's this guy's name? McCad Brooks. And then look at John Jones. Very similar. Very similar look. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, if they made a John Jones movie, he could definitely play like the version of John Jones now that he's older.
And
It's funny, John Jones be beating up people with that beer gut now. He beating up people with that beer gut. They say he be cheating, could be poking people in the eye.
a fight, man.
That's against the rules. All right. Mr. Carver, you have anything to say about Mortal Kombat 2?
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess for me, it's, I don't know, Mortal Kombat lost its luster when I was like in middle school. Like after I watched the movie or played the game a couple of times, it's just, it's almost like we really need a remake of it. That's why I didn't even bother watching the first one. I just didn't care. This really is a show for Mr. King. Yeah, I know.
He'll be all over this. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, what are we looking at?
But the thing that intrigued me was the casting of Karl Urban as Johnny Cage, because it's just to me it's just bad casting.
Look how old. Let's look at. I don't even know exactly how old he is. How old is he?
He's got to be in his 50s. Karl Urban, because you got to think if he was in his
30s,
early to late 20s, and with Lord of the Rings, and that was more than 20 years ago. He could be in his 40s too. How old is Karl? Yeah, he's 52 because he was born in 72.
Man, well, I still like him, man. So
yeah, I like him. I like him as an actor. He's using a lot of fun movies too. But I still see him as Johnny Cage. I still don't see it.
Yeah,
maybe maybe like a younger version of him, like when he was like in his 30s or something like that, or his late 20s. But I just don't see it. I don't see it.